You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor, subscribe to the channel, leave your comments below, and be sure to smash that like button. Tigers are back out on the practice field on Tuesday. Practice number 10, the 8th practice with media availability for us. And it was another solid day for the defense. Now, even in the individual periods. Now, if you look at my Twitter, I posted a thread of practice videos, and one of the plays is Guillory and Pimpton. Can you go full screen on that, Paulie? Back screen or a back pylon, elevating over Juwan Johnson, putting him on a poster. Great catch. I was very fortunate to be standing right there and get the video. But that was a highlight. There was another beautiful play by receiver Aaron Anderson in the same drill, the wide receiver DB drill, where Aaron Anderson is coming across the formation, makes a beautiful catch, drags a foot for a touchdown. I mean, there was some pretty good play by the offense. But as I charted those wide receiver cornerback drills today in the different formations, 9 wins for the offense, 10 wins for the defense. There were reps from the 12, the 10, and the 5-yard line, just goal line reps, either 2 or 3 receiver sets, and it was very even today. Shelton Sampson beat Ashton Stamps badly on a coverage bust, and Javen Nicholas beat Bernard Causey badly on a coverage bust. Everything else felt pretty even. Really nice rep by Chris Hilton, who got a touchdown. Really nice rep by Kyron Lacey, who scored a touchdown in the back of the end zone over Jordan Allen, dunked the ball over the goalpost. But all things considered, one of the things we shared with you yesterday is in the individual periods, the offense had really dominated, but with the team, the defense was having much more success. Today, even in the individual period, the defense played well. A couple of notes, and then we did see some 11 on 11, and I want to get to that in a second. They had the offensive and defensive line periods where they it was a running period, so it was run blocking, full offensive and defensive line. Unfortunately, Jacobian Guillory tweaked his left knee in this period. Now, that's significant because of all of your interior defensive linemen, Jacobian Guillory is the least disposable. He's your most veteran. He's played the most. He's your most powerful. He's your best guy right now at that position. They took him over to the injury tent, which is not, it's just a tent. It's not like one of those things where they take him inside the tent like in a game. I mean, so he was out for all to see. They took the brace off his left knee. They were working on his left knee. They sat him back up, put the brace back on, and then he went and rode the exercise bike the rest of the practice, at least for the periods that we saw. So I hate to guess on an injury, but the fact that they didn't take him in, he stayed out there and rode the exercise bike, seemed like a good sign. Jelani Watkins in that cornerback receiver drill, tweaked an ankle, got tangled a little bit. He was limping, but we'll see if we can get an update there. We did get to see some punt team, and it continues to be inconsistent for Blake Oxendorf and Peyton Todd. Peyton Todd dropped a snap on one of the punts. Oxendorf on back-to-back kicks. He boomed one 60 yards. The very next punt, he shanked it end over end. Aaron Anderson was running up the field and muffed the punt. So there's good and bad there with special teams. It's inconsistent to be sure. We continue to see some interesting formations. You can tell Blake Baker is now starting to add on. Right? One of the things they've done to this point is they have oversimplified defensively, which is pretty interesting to see. And the fact that they've simplified has allowed the defense to really play fast and free, and we've seen a lot of guys that stand out as we've been able to talk about so far. But what we're starting to see now is some creative fronts and different pass rush packages. Like, for example, today we saw a series where Deshaun Womack replaced Braden Swinson, and so your front line was Savion Jones, Parrish Shand in the middle, and then Deshaun Womack at right end, a 3-man front. Then they had edge linebackers step up as edge rushers and come on sort of a jailbreak blitz. So we're starting to see they're introducing new concepts and new formations defensively, which has been fun to watch. We did get to watch 11 on 11, 2 different periods, as I mentioned. And we were not able to film in either of the 11 on 11 periods. But I want to run through the sequences for you. And I think y'all enjoy this. Maybe some of you do, maybe some of you don't. You think it's boring, but I'll run through it anyway. And this is like when they're out there 11 on 11. The first 11 on 11 we saw, and this is where sometimes it's hard to extrapolate because this was very much a situational drill. Offense started at the 20-yard line. They're going hurry up, and they got to drive the length of the field. Now, in this sequence, no matter what happened, they just kept advancing the ball, and they kept playing first down. So they wanted to practice first and 10 in all of these different sequences down the line. So Mason Taylor caught a 10-yard pass. Then on the second play, Josh Williams dropped the ball in the right flat. They still advanced it and played first down. Over. Not a whole lot really of note right there, except for the drop by Josh Williams. And they did run a pretty interesting counter play where they brought Aaron Anderson like he was coming on a speed sweep, and they ran a counter with John Emery, who got in the end zone, which was a cool play design and interesting to see. The twos went in there. I guess the only thing of note here is that J.K. Johnson and Kylan Billiot got into a fight twice on the far sideline. You're at that point in camp where, and I believe J.K. ripped off Kylan Billiot's helmet, and so they scuffled a little bit. You're just at that point of camp, man, where it's day 10. It's hot out there. Guys are leaning on each other, hitting each other, and skirmishes break out. I mean, last year, Denver Harris started a fight like the first day of practice. So, I mean, it happens. I don't think it's that big of a deal at all, but that was something notable there. And then in the final period that we got to see, they went 11 on 11, and it was an end game scenario. So this is like an inside of 2 minutes scenario. The offense started at their own 40-yard line, so 60 yards away. This was the sequence. Okay? And this was, they were actually marking the stick and running the clock and calling timeouts. I mean, this was a game-like scenario, 11 on 11. And remember, I've told you to this point, when they've done sequences like this, the defense has gotten the upper hand over the offense. Here was the sequence. First down, incomplete to the left side to Kyron Lacey. Good coverage. So it's 2nd and 10. Nuss checks down to Caleb Jackson for 5 yards. It's 3rd and 5. The offense false starts. Moving back. It's 3rd and 10. Nuss is pressured. He finds C.J. Daniels over the middle for 14 yards. Beautiful play by Nuss. Moving in the pocket, found his open guy. Daniels found space and turned upfield. It's a really nice play. So stop the clock for the first down. On first down, everybody's covered. Nuss throws it away on the left sideline. That was encouraging because if there's one criticism to this point, I would say it's been Nussmeier forcing balls in these team periods and throwing interceptions. He throws it away on the left sideline. It's 2nd and 10. Nuss is pressured. He scrambles. I mean, shades of Jaden Daniels, man. Nuss tucked it and ran around the left end for 8 yards and got out of bounds. So stop the clock. It's 3rd and 2. And because there was there's maybe like 5 seconds left, they line up for a 55-yard field goal. Well, the defense calls a timeout to ice the kicker. So, I mean, they were doing a full-on, game scenario. And so Damian Ramos goes out there to attempt a 55-yarder. Tons of leg, but he misses it wide left. So they get another stop, man. The ones got another stop. Now, the twos go out there, and they weren't playing from the 40. The twos are playing from a goal-to-go situation. And it was just they go 3rd and goal, then 4th and goal. That was it. First play, they ran a fade to Trey'Dez Green. It was incomplete. And then on the second play, which was 4th and goal from inside the 5, this was the play of the day. It was A.J. Swan in at quarterback, and he's scrambling, moving around in the pocket, and he fires one to the back of the end zone, and Xavier Thomas out of traffic leaps up, one hand makes the catch on the back line. It was beautiful. I mean, the embarrassment of riches, y'all, for this team at receiver, it's just, I feel like we haven't even talked about Xavier Thomas other than the hamstring injury early in camp. And he made the play of the day today. They just have so much talent at receiver. But yet again, in an 11 on 11 period, the defense got the stop. Something we've seen pretty consistently here. So another day for the Tigers. 6 consecutive practices for LSU after their off day this past weekend on Sunday. So their next day off will be Sunday again. We'll have media availability Wednesday. No availability Thursday, Friday. We're out there again on Saturday, and hopefully we can see some scrimmage periods. And, of course, we'll keep giving you these reports. If you want to check out the videos on Twitter, I'll tell you one video I did take that I posted that I think you'll enjoy. I when they were going first offense against a scout defense, and they were kind of going no huddle, I trained my camera just for about a minute just on Joe Sloan. And so you can see how this period operates and how Joe Sloan operates, because he's calling in on the walkie-talkie the play to Nussmeier. So he's well behind the offense. He's looking at his play sheet, calling in the play, and then he's giving instruction during the play as well and after. So if you want to kind of see how that formatically may work and how they're handling practice, because actually Cortez Hankton is, if you're watching, that's Cortez in the purple right there. So the co-OCs are right there on the back line. But Sloan is very clearly calling the plays and running the drill, but they're both right there. You can kind of see how that interaction is going right now. So anyway, if you want to see it, it's all on my Twitter or my X. It's at Matt Moscona if you want to follow it there. Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.